Thanks for checking out this video once again. Today's video, we're going to talk about a new project here in Ontario. Yes, we're coming back to Ontario. The project's called Television City. So I want to jump into it right now. Just going to move myself out of the way so you can see this. Television City Condos in Hamilton, downtown Hamilton. It's a 15% deposit, 2026 completion, units starting from the high 300s. This project is launching February 23rd. So it's coming up very, very soon. And this is one that's going to sell out very, very quickly. First thing you need to know about this project as we jump into it, somebody, as I come back on screen here, somebody asked me the other day, Andrew, give me your elevator pitch on this project. Well, here it is. My elevator pitch is I'm buying. Okay, end of pitch. All right, that's it. What more do you need to know? I'm very excited about this myself, so much so that I'm going to be buying into it. More specifically, though, great deposit program. It's only 15% over 540 days. And it's going to take about 5 years for a project like this to get built. So you have a nice long lead time, lots of appreciation likely to happen over that time period. The value's fantastic in Hamilton right now. Prices are still about 50% or so less than for an equivalent prime downtown Toronto property. And the cash flow is much better situation as well. So obviously, we've talked about it many, many times. You cannot find cash flow in Toronto. You can't really find cash flow anywhere in Ontario. But this is very, very close to something looking like positive cash flow. By the time it's actually built 5-6 years from now, I'm predicting these units will probably be break-even type cash flows, which again is nearly impossible to find anywhere. So you have a situation where prices are about 50% less than Toronto, but rents are not 50% of Toronto. Rents are only about 25% or so less than Toronto. So it's going to give you a much better cash flow type position. But most importantly, and we're going to get into this more in the video, growth potential. I see huge potential here for appreciation. I'm going to tell you why on this video. Let's keep going. Location. Location is great. It's right in the heart of downtown Hamilton. Major gentrification and redevelopment, revitalization happening in downtown Hamilton. Of course, the big news is the LRT. Metrolinx is building the LRT. It is on. It is happening. The funding is there. And the preliminary prep work is happening right now as we speak. This is one of those transformative projects that will transform the city, that will change everything about it from a real estate and development perspective, that will draw in so much investment over the decades to come. This is a game changer. We don't throw that term around lightly. This is it. This is a massive thing. And Television City, as you can see on the map, is right beside where the LRT is going in. It's also a 5-10 minute walk away from the existing GO train station, which connects you directly to downtown Toronto, which is a fantastic, obvious amenity to have near you. The whole downtown of Hamilton is just going to undergo a massive transformation over the next 10 years or so. There are so many new condo projects in the development pipeline to come. This city is going to completely transform. And what I have underlined here is real city. What I like especially about the geography, the location, the city is it's a city. Hamilton is a real city. It is not a suburb in the sense of a Mississauga or a Markham or a Pickering or a Milton, these types of places. Nothing wrong with those places, and not to say that you shouldn't invest in those places. But when it comes to urban condominium investing, the best place to do that is in the downtown core of real cities. And this is exactly what Hamilton is. It's a city in its own right. It has its own character and culture, and it's got great bones, so to speak, compared to these other suburban type locations. So anybody who wants to live in a real city, but they're priced out of Toronto, more and more of those people are moving to Hamilton. And the proof is in the pudding. Look at the price growth in Hamilton. Look, I mean, you say, hey, is Hamilton a good place to invest? I mean, you tell me. Look at that chart there. Prices in Hamilton just continuously growing. And as the city gains more and more population and more investments from different levels of government and business and development. Talk about supply. Of course, look at this unbelievable supply chart here. Hamilton, in a sense, is same problem as everywhere else, which is there is no supply, and this is going to drive prices up for many years to come. Supply is the fundamental problem that, as much as we'd like to solve it, and the various levels of government are working on, trying to address that, it's not really a solvable problem because we just cannot keep up. We are, immigration targets, everything. We'll get to that. We're growing like crazy, and we cannot build enough new housing. So, again, Hamilton, it's no better. It's in fact probably worse than any other market in Ontario right now. And just look at that chart there. We're just so far below the 10-year average, and the overall trend, if you go all the way back to 2013, the overall trend is continuing to go down. It's a fundamental problem that we can't solve, which makes it a great place to invest. But the biggest thing I'm most excited about is, as I said at the beginning, was the growth potential. So the project is estimated to come out approximately $1,000 per square foot, which you might say, if you haven't been in tune with the Hamilton market and what's happening in the GTA, you might say that's a lot. Well, first of all, it's not, because if you look at what's selling in, Mississauga is $1,400 a square foot. Mark, all these suburban areas, Milton, it's $1,100 a square foot is like normal. It's everywhere now for pre-construction products. So to get something around $1,000 per square foot in a true city directly connected to downtown Toronto, in a city that's growing like crazy and has no supply, first of all, that's amazing in itself. But check this out. Look at what stuff is condos are actually selling for right now today in Hamilton. First example I want to give you is this 77 Leland project you see on the screen. This primarily the entire building made up of studio units. It's just really a student rental type of a condo building, and the units are pretty much all under 400 square feet. There's currently 0 listings in this building for sale. I had to go back, this is 6-7 months ago, the last units that even sold. So today, these prices, if anything comes out today, would be much higher than this. But you can already see prices are over $1,000 a square foot already. Some of these units are over $1,100 a square foot already. Okay, and take a look at another building here. These are assignments in a building called Platinum Condos, which is right around the corner from Television City. This building is almost complete. It'll be completed in the next few months. Assignment sales. I couldn't believe this. I double checked. I verified with the actual agents who are selling these assignments. They're selling assignments for $1,000 per square foot in this building right around the corner from Television City. Today, in 2022, they're selling assignments, which are always below actual market value, as you know, for $1,000 a square foot. And we're talking Television City. If it comes out approximately $1,000 a square foot, same approximate pricing, but it's not going to be delivered for 5 years. I mean, that's a no-brainer. This is something I haven't talked about in years. If you've been following me for years, you might remember an old thing I used to talk about was up investing. And how do you know if your investment will go up? Well, if you're buying something pre-construction that's under market value and gives you a projected positive cash flow, it's very likely going to go up in value. It was the basic principle of this. Now, we haven't actually seen a true up investing opportunity for many years in Toronto, in the GTA area, because the gap just continues to grow between pre-construction prices and resale prices. So right now, the gap in downtown Toronto is probably about 30% on average. If you buy pre-construction today, you're paying about 30% roughly more than what the equivalent brand new building is selling for today in the same location for the same type of product. This, again, this one right here, Television City, you're paying about the same price. You're paying roughly the same price, and it's not going to be delivered for 5 years. So again, this is an amazing opportunity. There's huge growth potential. When you look at the value here, it's amazing. It's undeniable. Let's talk about inflation again. If you haven't been paying attention, inflation is at an all-time high. If you have cash, if you have equity in your home that's sitting there doing nothing, you need to put that money to work, okay? Your inflation is killing you. Inflation is the hidden tax that is killing you. There's the most recent numbers out of the U.S. Canadian numbers are very, very similar for some reason. Maybe the measurement's slightly different. Ours might be a little bit lower than that, but point is still the same. Inflation's at like a 40-year high, right? And meanwhile, mortgage rates, you can borrow money at a all-time low. So again, when you look at what is the real cost of mortgage money right now, it is massively negative. Okay, you're like negative 4 or 5% is what you are borrowing money at. So this is the best time in history to get the largest amount of mortgage dollars that you can for the purpose of investing, not to buy yachts and Lamborghinis, although some Lamborghinis, they might be considered investment. Anyway, it's a whole other conversation, but you want to invest your money that you're borrowing. Again, this is free money. We are in a time of free money. You're being paid to borrow money. And if you're not borrowing money, the government is charging you every single month for you to sit on that money. Stop sitting on your money. Stop sitting on your equity. It's time to invest and invest aggressively right now. Let's talk about immigration. Immigration update. Again, the supply problem isn't going anywhere. Look at the 100-year chart of immigration in this country and look what the projection was. The projection was 1.2 million. Okay. What just happened in the past week? We just bumped it up again. It just keeps going higher and higher. Now we're up to 1.3 million. The federal government has a mandate, and they are driving this train like no tomorrow. This is not going to change anytime soon. We need immigration to keep this economy moving. The birth rate here is just not going to cut it. We need this population to grow, and that is the thing that's going to keep growing our economy. The problem with that is we don't have enough housing for all these people that we're bringing in, and we're trying to solve that, and various levels of governments are trying to solve that. But in my opinion, and many experts' opinion, there's no way you can solve that problem, even if immigration was half as much as it is. But the immigration targets being at 100-year highs and just continue to go up, I mean, you can see what's going to happen in the years ahead with real estate prices. So that's about all I have to say. I guess you might not know who I am. By the way, if you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate if you just hit the like button if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Much appreciated. Just take 1 second out of your day and do that for me. That would really help me out. But again, for those of you who don't know me, realtor with Remax Condos Plus, been doing this since 2007, one of the top 100 Remax agents in Canada. I've helped well over 1,000 condo investors, and once again, I'm personally investing here in this project, and I hope you'll join me as well. So if you are interested in joining me, what do you do? Well, here's the next steps. Give us a call, text us, 647-371-0110. You can go to that website there, and the links will be, if you're on YouTube, you can just click on the link below the video. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. Once again, leave a like. Much appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, happy investing.